of This Podcast Fits Your Macros. You may or may not be actually seeing us this week, depending on how this goes. My computer is literally in hospice right now, so it's like it might just die here.
Definitely.
A laptop is on the order, so you were having Coach Rye, the gains master over here, is my co-host here, and he was having issues with setting things up visually, and then he finally got his shit set up, and then my computer's like, hey, I'm just gonna take a giant shit, all right? And I was like, no, we've got a podcast to run. So this is our life now. How are you, Ryan?
I'm good. How you doing? Yeah, it's kind of funny how many episodes of technology trying to mess with us these days. The technology does not like people tracking macros, I guess, because this has been quite a task. And you may, like Caileen said, you may or may not be seeing video. If you're not, we hopefully will be soon there. Otherwise, just listen. Come on. I don't know. People with the fucking videos these days. But anyway, sorry, Caileen's computer literally in hospice. Just went into cardiac arrest. We redeemed it for no video, though.
Some weird mouth-to-mouth to this computer, let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get Brad in there. You need to get just like your whole neighborhood in there. You're fucking trying to keep this thing alive through this podcast. But, Caileen, we left off on the spiced notes of this spiced cola. What does it taste? It tastes like Robitussin. What do other people say it tastes like? You don't know?
That's what I'd heard. And so that's how I knew what flavor it was. Because otherwise I probably would have just been with Brad and been like, yeah, I can't put my finger on it. But I had seen someone say, oh, this tastes like cough syrup. And I was like, well, okay, I'll try it. Do my own due diligence. So,
that is, you know what? That is funny. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of weird new sodas out there I've seen now. If you guys are soda drinkers, put some sodas in the comments for Caileen to try.
There's purple Mountain Dew. A purple Mountain Dew that I really want to try, but they don't have it zero sugar. And like I stated before, I do not want to fully sugar myself because I don't think that's a great use of carbs.
It's very hard to justify doing that. I mean, shit, track your macros, but come on now. Ugh. That's a whole wasted event of food there. So, okay, so what's the rating out of 10?
3, maybe. I think 3. That's generous. Like,
so you might as well just drink cough syrup, people. This is not medical advice. Don't do that.
God, no, but I guess like if you're someone who really loves it and it's like, well, I'm not sick, but I really want to taste some Robitussin straight in my mouth. Let me go get this Coca-Cola spiced.
Oh man, I hope nobody out there is like that, but hey, it happens, right? So, did we already say? Oh yeah, we did. We went over the topic. See, I'm all fucking flustered now that we lost connection here. Caileen was just talking, you guys. Just so everybody knows, I'm in the studio, the virtual studio. Caileen's talking, then she's just gone. Boom, not even in here. No warning. She didn't even notice. I don't think I had to text her and tell her. She's just over there talking.
Yeah. I was reading this full article about the spiced Coca-Cola. I was like 3 paragraphs in, and then you're like, you're dead. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm sure there's some great audio that Cullen will find in there when I realize that I'm dead.
Like, man, I don't even think it recorded it. But you know what? Either way, you guys are technology. We're not the pros at that, but we are at the content. So we're going to have good context of what we're talking about today. So again, today's topic, I want to talk about, thinking a lot of people like eating out, right? Most people listen to this. I mean, everybody does at some point to a degree. I think most people, at least, maybe not everybody. There's going to be like one guy from fucking Wyoming on here who lives like 7 hours from a city and he's listening to this somehow. And he's like, nope, all I eat is ferns. But, if you're not that guy, you probably eat out occasionally. So, obviously, too, most people that are listening to this podcast at least got fitness goals, right? So you want to be able to stay on track with your goals and eat out occasionally and not, totally be a fuck off on your diet. So I think, I told Caileen like 4 seconds before we started recording, I was like, I think I'm just going to ask you, Caileen, what would you eat at some place? And, we'll see what happens. So let us begin, Caileen. Are you prepared? You ready? No, you're not, because I didn't warn you, but here we go. So Caileen, Brad says, hey, Chinese night today. We're going to go get some Chinese food. I want it, and I'm not worried about my macros like you are as much, so I'm eating it, and I don't give a fuck. But what do you get at like a Chinese restaurant, something like that?
Yeah, Chinese food is actually really great if you're on prep because they do a lot of their meats. You can just get it like boiled without any sauce, and a lot of their vegetables just boiled. Whereas like your typical restaurant might cook things in oil, but you can just get boiled meat and vegetables. So if I'm on prep or if you are very much so in your weight loss journey and you are looking to stay on the lower fat side, you can always get like just the boiled chicken or the boiled shrimp or whatever, version of like, those are the only two things I'll eat. And shrimp is like, oh, okay, I'll eat it because it's there. But like, I like chicken. I love chicken. Let's just be real. So I'm going to choose that. But they do also have other different types of meat. And of course, you don't want the breaded stuff. You don't want, what is it like when it's all like, breaded and fried and stuff.
But it is so good, isn't it?
It is so good. Is it Szechuan? Is that what it is? I don't know. To be honest, if I'm being completely, transparent here, Chinese food isn't my favorite genre of places to eat. It's probably like number 5 in all of it. And I don't go out to eat a lot. So I will tell you, I probably go out to eat for Chinese maybe once a year. Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. It's just not, we didn't really grow up eating it. And so I never really developed a palate for it. So it's not like one place I go to, but they do have food for you if you're on prep. You can get white rice there. The one thing about the rice is that you will want to monitor yourself because they give mondo portions of rice. Yeah, if you eat everything that they serve you in the rice, then you're probably going to go over your carbs because even with white rice, I flippin' love white rice. I could eat like 3 freaking giant bowls of it, but it is such empty calories for me, and I will not put white rice into the diet until I am in like super Gainesville. Like the other day, you pump my macros, and I'm like, all right, we're activating the white rice here because, I could just eat so much of it and like never get full on it. So that is great when you're in gain season, but it is not when you're in prepping. So if you're someone who doesn't get satiated from white rice, you might want to swap that out for some of like the boiled broccoli or some of the other veggies that they have. They have a lot of different veggies there, but I'm still a little bit of a picky eater with my veggies. So I stick to the broccoli. I don't really like a lot of like the weird little peppers and shit in there.
Yeah. So you can get basics. The meat and the veggies will do the job. It sounds like, and what should people watch out for at these things, right? Because obviously we talked about breaded meats, they pack a lot of calories in the breading, and they also pack, usually a fuck ton of whatever magic oil they fry that in. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it's normal. Okay. It is not a normal, for some reason, because I'm also thinking in my head here, I'm not even talking about just Chinese, like my brain's going to Chinese buffet or something like that, where it's just a fucking plethora of amazingness everywhere. And I'm thinking, that fried chicken from a Chinese restaurant is so much. I don't know what they do to it, but either way, right?
Right. It's just like not normal chicken. It's like you bite into it and it's like, what is this like honeycomb texture inside? Like, I don't know what
incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I will eat the shit out of some orange chicken. My God, it's so good.
Yes, exactly. It's so they taste great, but there's a reason that it tastes great, and it's probably not one that's helping your goals. So that's one of those things where I think you got to watch out for the breading. You got to definitely watch out for sauces too. Sauces, you'd be surprised how much sauces can really fuck you up, right? So, it might be boring to go have, like Caileen style, plain ass chicken, plain ass fish, fucking 2 green beans, whatever Caileen would do. But, it's worth it to be able to kind of get the benefit of both worlds, right? Like that's what this whole episode's about. You can still go out and eat out if you want, or if everybody else wants to eat out or whatever, and you want to go, you can still stay on track with your shit, which I think is important. And I mean, unless you're like Caileen said, unless you're in like a full off, off season and like you're cool with packing on some body fat, like no fucks given, good with gaining a ton of weight, it's not safe to just go off the rails at these places, Like fried rice is another one, right? They got that at pretty much every kind of like Chinese restaurant. Yeah. And in the name, there's fried, people, right? Nobody thinks of that though. I've literally had clients over the years, they're like, oh, it's just rice. It's just rice. No, that's fried rice. That's like literally 4 times the calories just from that oil. So, you got to be smart, and there's a lot of little traps there.
Oh, real quick, I do want to say about the sauces is you can get a lot of them on the side as well. So when I do go and I'm on prep, I will get a side of the sauce and, do dip it in there. But like dipping it in the sauce versus having it coated in sauce is a whole nother world. So, but you do need to be mindful, and you do need to have that level of trust with yourself that it's like, you are just like, doing a little dip here and there, getting the flavor versus, dunking. And so, because, if you're not, the most controlled about it, it could get up there in calories, and that could screw up your, check-ins or whatever, or your trajectory. But if you're controlled with it, a little bit of sauce, I don't want to say it won't damage, but like, you can account for that, and it's not like slathered in it.
Yeah, that's definitely useful. And I mean, these things are harder to track in general, which is why it's easier if you go more simplistic here. So, and I think, honestly, most Chinese restaurants, things like that, are going to have pretty similar items. So if you're a frequent Chinese eater, somebody who likes to go out to that for your, whatever your fun foods, great. I mean, you can definitely experiment and find things that will fit for you. And, if you can't find the direct tracking for anything in MyFitnessPal or whatever app you use, again, we talked about it on the show, but use the generic version. Okay. So like, Caileen, what did you say you would order? Give me like one of the meat sources, a protein that you would get at a Chinese place.
It's always
just like plain ass chicken.
Boiled chicken.
You just say, hey, I want plain ass fucking as plain as you can get it chicken. That's what you tell.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So again, I mean, you can put plain ass chicken in on your tracking and it'll come up, I bet. It's too bad nobody has their phone. Caileen, punch that in while I'm talking. See if plain ass chicken comes up in my fitness.
I bet it does. Boiled chicken.
I bet it does.
Okay, let's see. Plain ass chicken.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can track that. Does it come up?
No, but chicken, cheese, and ass does. Chicken with
I'm adding plain ass chicken to MyFitnessPal after this episode. Put it on our task list, Caileen. We're adding that in as a custom.
Do not search anything with ass on MyFitnessPal, okay? Just giving you a heads up. Why did you make me do that?
It's so funny.
Sorry, I'm just having a little breakdown here. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. Okay, I'm gonna check boiled chicken.
Definitely do it. Yeah, put in boiled chicken.
Okay, boiled chicken is on there.
So is it just a generic version? Just generic boiled chicken? Yeah, see, exactly. So you don't need the restaurant name, you guys. You don't need, it's this place over here in my town. You don't need that. You just need to be able to go in there and be boiled chicken or whatever kind of chicken it is, grilled, I don't know, whatever you get there, you can, that's why if it's more simple, it's easier, right? But again, like I said, most places use very similar recipes. So a lot of times you're going to be safe. It's never going to be 100 when you eat out too. Like we probably should have touched on that in the beginning. It'll never be 100%, as trackable or as easy as it is to do at your house. But, for the best of both worlds effect, a little bit more of the flexible effect, that's how you do it. So
yeah, and let's kind of just like hit on that too, because I know like eating is such like a community thing, like especially going out to eat, but like with the cost of food these days, or even going out to dinner, like I have been finding I have so much more joy lately. And I don't know, maybe I'm just, even though I'm only 29, I find as I'm constantly staying 29 somehow with physics, but like
I thought you were 22.
I don't want to go out to eat anymore. Well, your scale, I think I'm going to turn 23 next year or this year or whatever. But for what I'm thinking, what my mindset is anyway, like it's so loud at these places that I've been having more people like over to my house. I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? Let me come. Let me cook for you. And then you have 100% control of what's on the menu. Just a little sidebar there.
Yeah. And you can also make some plain ass chicken at your own house, right? You can do all that shit.
Yes.
So that's easy. Okay. Let's go to another restaurant here, Caileen, unless you want to drill me about something, but I don't know if you're prepared yet. So let me see. I got another one for you.
Well, I would say, what would you order at a Chinese restaurant?
I mean, I would eat exclusively the meat. Like that's what I would be doing. I would not, I don't think I would gravitate towards the plain ass chicken or any of the fish, but that's just because I don't like that shit. It's not my thing. I would probably eat, it's been a damn long time since I've been to a Chinese restaurant. And when I did, it was usually buffets because that's Coach Rice style is buffet or fucking die. So I would get, like the one that I used to go to a lot, and I'm talking about like ancient times, like me and my brother, like 15 years old. There used to be a buffet that was right next to our gym. And this is like when we were, first getting our groove going in the fitness world, and we're getting all jacked up and shit. And then we'd roll down to the buffet and clean them out. They fucking they would not even let us in there some days. But they used to have like these skewers and shit, like meat skewers, absolutely perfect, and God knows what they were marinated in, because they definitely tasted too good to be chicken. I don't know what it was. It could have been something on it, but either way, I was like, okay, well, if there is a sauce or some shit, it's not a sauce that I can tell. It might be a marinade, but so I'd eat like chicken skewers, beef skewers, just fucking protein. Because back then, especially, I was like, I wasn't very smart as I am now about fitness shit, but I knew. Get the fucking protein, bro, So that was kind of what I would eat. And I mean, to this day, that's where I gravitate towards, unless I knew I was trying to, fuck off my diet, which I'm not, and which nobody is. And that's why we're making this episode. So I wouldn't even touch the vegetables myself, because I don't know. I can't imagine going to a buffet and picking a vegetable, but that's just me, I'm just a little, I don't got, my bikini's not sized appropriately for me yet. So I'm not ready for bikini stage. I don't need to worry about the veggies right now.
And it's definitely more of like a satiation tool for me, the veggies.
Yes.
And but I feel like you go in this and you're like, look, how much protein can I shovel in my mouth? And then if you eat veggies, that's just taking up precious protein time. And
that is
space.
Actually, what is hilarious? This is exactly how I think. I don't even know how you know this. We should probably quit doing this.
Because that's my mindset too. Because if I go to an all you can eat, fuck the salad bar, man. Like, okay, the Brazilian steakhouse, man, like they get you at the salad bar because they're like, hey, fill up on all this cheap ingredient stuff, and then you're going to be too full for when we bring around these delicate meats.
People, don't let the buffets win. That should be a fucking hashtag. Don't let the buffets win, because it's true. If you go, you want to show those motherfuckers like, hey, you better be buying some more proteins, some more meats, because I just cleared your shit. You got nothing on order. Here, let me help you make an order. I'll be back in 3 days. That's how it should be. Okay? When you go. All right, let's go to another one. Yes. Let's go to, I want to know what happens if I got other ideas planted that are going to be really hard for you later, but I'm going to keep going here for now. Let's see. So if you end up in a burger joint somewhere, right? Like these places are everywhere. It could be one of them chains, In-N-Out, fucking, I don't remember the one that's real famous in Texas and the rest of the world and stuff, but it could be anywhere like that. You got In-N-Out down there, right?
Yeah, we do. They're actually opening one right across.
I always forget that certain people don't have In-N-Out, but so that, or it could even be. I wouldn't necessarily branch into the fast food zone.
Shake. Okay, no, okay.
Steak and Shake. Oh no, what's that other one in Texas? I was just trying to.
I don't know that. I know Steak and Shake was one I had in.
It starts with Whataburger. Whataburger out in Texas. All those Texas people love that shit. I remember everybody was like, it was like a religion when I went to Texas for shows. Everybody's lines out the door for that and said it's better than In-N-Out. Anyway, I don't want to branch to like Burger King, McDonald's, things like that. In this instance, it could also be like a mom and pop, burger place, a fucking diner. I think they call it diner with 3 N's, right? So let's see. Now you go to one of these, right? And this is the place that's got the shakes, it's got the fries, it's got the fucking burgers, and it's got the extra burgers, and it's got everything else. What do you get? What is a safe bet for you? Or just the average person, right?
Yeah. So it's all about where I am in life, and I've had a lot of both of my phases. If I'm like where I'm at now and I want to take this particular place to have the meal that I'm going to enjoy this weekend, then I'm just going to get, regular burger with the fries, and like the rest of the day, I'm probably going to eat a little bit lower carb, lower fat, just because I know what I'm going to have. And I'll probably get the shake too, damn it. If that's going to be my fun meal, I'm getting everything. But in the beginning of the day, or, before or after, I'm just going to take down my carbs and my fats a little bit and up my protein, because I know that one burger is not going to have that much protein for my day, especially where my macros are now. It's outrageous how high my protein is, and I love it. But if I'm on prep, then I am definitely going to get the burger in a lettuce wrap, probably no cheese, because as beautiful as cheese is, it does take up a lot of fats when the fats are low, and we're already having a beef hamburger as it is. So that's going to be quite a bit of fats, and it's just not going to make the rest of my day really fun if I can't have fats anywhere else. So I'll probably opt for no cheese. I might even bring my own like lower fat, like a Velveeta shred, because that's my life. Velveeta is like the lowest macro cheese. So if I really am like, damn, I want some cheese on this burger, I'll bring my own slice of Velveeta cheese and put that on there and get the lettuce wrap and, maybe take a few fries. But like, to be honest, like burger joints, I could take or leave all day. It's not like... I wouldn't be sad missing out fries. Now, if we went for ice cream somewhere else later, that's where I get the FOMO of like, oh man, but I can say, yeah, get me a burger wrapped in lettuce. I'll put my Velveeta slice on there and, I'm fine.
Yeah. So you guys, that is the level of Caileen's craziness, is that she'll bring her own Velveeta to a goddamn burger joint. But if you want to do that, it works, people. So if you're out there and you're on Team Velveeta, or like Caileen is, bring it, do it.
Dude,
whatever works.
I Velveeta responsibly. Okay. I do not eat it every day. It's just...
Yeah, you need a sponsorship. This Velveeta shit just keeps coming up. I'm going to reach out to them and be like, hey, I got your main consumer of your product over here. She needs a sponsorship. But
yeah, oh my god. Yeah. But if we go back to like foods that probably aren't real foods, hello Velveeta, like what the hell is that even?
Oh no, that's not today's episode. That's for another time when we want to ruin people's day, but not today. Today we're talking about having a good time. So you're gonna get that. Yeah,
in
go
this
ahead.
Little section, I fell in love with mustard this last prep, so I would get mustard on my burger too, because mustard is amazing.
That's a pretty safe bet too, because nothing in it, fucking nothing in it. But yeah, okay, cool, that's good. So you're not gonna get the bun and stuff mainly because of the carbs, right? That's what you're saying,
right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and fats too. No There's actually fats in the buns at these fucking places.
Oh my god!
What the hell are they putting in there?
The In-N-Out burgers, they're buttered and beautiful, and just gosh, you see them like paint it with whatever fake butter oil that is, and snap it on the grill, and it's just like, oh, so good.
Yeah, I think actually, what do they use it in now? I forget. One of these places use like beef tallow or some shit, which is actually better, but I don't know if it's that place. Anyway,
what are you ordering?
What am I ordering? I mean, I'm eating triple straight stack? Meat. Fucking the same thing. Same problem. Same fucking problem. I mean, I've been no stranger to going to In-N-Out and eating like 7-8 burgers. But again, my macros are not Caileen's or the normal people's out here, so I can't really divert back to saying that's a good idea. But like usually if I would eat a burger, I'm going to get a burger that has like fucking 4 or 5 patties on it at least. Okay. Like I went on a whole episode. There was like a whole time a while ago, some years back, I was like on the journey to find the largest burger that I could eat. I'm not even kidding. This is real, you guys. This is years of my life, just 24/7 looking at like no content being made, no fucking clients being answered, just me looking for burgers, and that's all I was doing the whole time. And I found a lot of great burgers. There's a place in San Diego, I can't remember what it's called now, damn it. Of course I can't remember.
Burgers?
Huh?
Didn't you recommend the Billionaire Burgers? We haven't gone there yet.
Oh, shit. I never got to eat that one. Dang it. I don't even know if that's still around. Yeah, that was one place I was in pursuit of, though. But it was a food truck, and it was so random. They only appeared randomly. They had no schedule, so I never got to eat that. But there's a place in San Diego, and they had like literally 12 patties on it. It was great. But, there was a burger I ate once in Ohio, too. Oh, man, that shit was crazy. I went to a show out in Ohio, or maybe it was New York. Can't remember. But it was literally like a burger that was like made. It was like one of those things that's supposed to be for like 10 people. I don't know. It's like one of those weird, restaurant things where it's like specialty item, and it's like fucking $148 or some shit, right? And it was like
a wide diameter burger, like
it was humongous. It looked like a fucking pillow, like a pillow that you would sleep on. That's what it looked like. It was just a meat cake with giant pieces of bread on it. Anyway, I don't think there was any Velveeta. I don't even know if there was cheese, because the amount of meat on that fucking thing. And I ate it, and I almost died after that one. Like I was like, holy shit. I got up and walked out of that place and I was sweating. My head's sweating shit. I'm dripping beads of sweat off my forehead. Like, holy shit. And then I looked up the calories because they actually had it. It was like 22,000 calories.
Shut up.
I'm not even kidding. And you know what? I went and did deadlifts after it and it was fantastic. But, you know, not something you want to do all the time. So anyway, when I go to a place, you know, I'm going to be getting pretty much meat. But again, I'm not really doing that, kind of like what you said, because if I was going out to eat, I'm not going to go really to a burger joint anyway, because I just don't. I'm not a shake guy. We know this. I don't like the sweets and shit. I don't fucking like, I'm not one of those people that are obsessed with bread. Like, there's people that are obsessed with bread. It like blows my mind. The amount of people literally have a bread obsession. They're like
yesterday because the bread was moldy, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Exactly. That's exactly
why are we
right.
crying over this?
There's people in their 30s and 40s and 50s like that still. You know, like that's what happens. They love bread. They love bagels. They love all that shit. I could give a fuck less about any of it. You know what I mean? So for me, again, I'm going meat and cheese, or I'm having a burger, but it's got like 8 times the meat it should, you know what I mean? So but that's my range. But you know, for more like average person, what I was gonna throw out there too would be like, and I mean average because I'm a psychopath, not because I'm better than anybody, right? I'm just saying, like, if you don't want to be a fucking psycho eating 8 burger patties, don't do it. I wouldn't even suggest it. You know, one safe bet that you can find at most places, even though they're not really talked about, is like chicken breast kind of, you know, burger thing, whatever, little lower fat.
I was say that, but I didn't know if that would be cheating. But like most diners will have. I mean,
think most places have it though, right? Like I don't know. I don't think In-N-Out has it, but I'm not a fast food frequenter enough. But like most diners would have that. Like another place that I can think of is like the Habit or something, right? Like I know they have chicken there. I've seen that.
Like
so
Red Robin is great too. I love Red Robin because you can get bottomless broccoli as a side instead of bottomless fries. Not that I
don't
recommend
listen to Caileen. You guys
anybody to eat bottomless broccoli because you might like kill somebody the next day. But it's nice that they have that available. And I think the broccoli is like doused in butter, so it's not completely like guilt-free. But the option that you have bottomless broccoli instead of bottomless fries, I find as a competitor novel and nice that Red Robin does that.
Yes, and so, you know, obviously, if you can get a place that has the chicken too, that's going to be a lower fat option for you low-fatter, macro people. And, of course, you can always ditch the bun and just fucking eat the chicken. Like, worst-case scenario, if you're you got to be super strict, right? But, again, most people not. And, you know, that's going to be the thing. So let's see. All right, what else do I got here? I'm saving some bombshells for later because how much time do you have to do this, Caileen? You got to leave
all
soon?
day, baby. I got all day.
Well,
We're back to school, bitch. I'm so happy.
Yeah, there you go. You're fine. Now you can recharge the battery a bit. But okay, let's see. God. So this one's a little tougher. I'm gonna start getting a little crazier.
Yes.
Mexican food. Okay, give me something where you go to Mexican. What are you going to get? You know, and it could be, you know, I don't really want to use the burrito joints. We'll throw it in there a little, but also what about like a wholesome fucking, you know, real deal Mexican restaurant, the one where they walk up to you with a tortilla chip and they just shove it down your throat. Oof, what do you do there?
God. Well, I will say that if I can avoid these, I will during my deep prep because I fucking love me some good Mexican food. Let me tell you. I will say, hey, let's go to In-N-Out instead because I don't want to do this right now. I might not be strong enough. But at the end of the day, honestly, your goals are bigger and you do what you have to do. And you, again, remember that you are doing this. You're making the choice to compete, you know, so you can't be grouchy and take it out on your people, first of all, because you can't tell you know, your mother-in-law who loves Mexican food that she can't go there for her birthday celebrations because you're on prep. It's just a real dick move. So, you know, for me, obviously I'm going to try to avoid it if I can, but if I cannot, there are places, in fact, most places will have bowls. So you can get your bowl and it's just like kind of like Chipotle, but just more expensive because it's in a restaurant where you can have either your bowl with chicken, whatever meat. I will say at a lot of the Mexican restaurants, they do use chicken thighs, which are a little bit fattier in the content.
Pro tip.
Yes. but it is a lot more delicious. So again, even if you are getting chicken on the menu, I would still curb the fats earlier in the day, because it's, you know, they're probably going to be a little bit higher than if you got like a grilled chicken breast at another restaurant. Now, that being said, and this goes for almost everything you're probably going to throw at me, I would be shocked if any of these places didn't have a grilled chicken breast in their freezer somewhere that they could throw on you for an option. So that will go for everything here. So there's that cop out. But, you know, what I like to do is I do like to get the bowls, and, you know, I will try to fit some guacamole in there. If I have some rice, I might, like, you know, not eat a lot of carbs that day so I can get rice in my bowl. So it's a little bit more fun. Of course, there's the how do you say that cheese on top?
Cojita, something, I don't know. Something like that. Yeah.
I thought like that's how you said it for the longest time, but I think I actually go dyslexic on the letters, so I think it might be like, I don't know. Sometimes I call it cajita just to be funny, but like, I don't know. Either way.
We all know what you're talking about either way.
Yes. So I will make a game time decision whether I want that. But the great thing about it is, yeah, you might sound like a pain in the ass, but like you can literally be like, hey, can I have this? And I just want chicken. I want, you know, if you're doing rice, you can say rice, or you can just say, I just want chicken and I want lettuce. And then if I'm not doing like rice or beans or any of that, I might throw some guacamole on there too, just so it has a little bit of happiness in there. But I'm not going to eat any of the chips because I know me. And if I have one chip, I'm going to eat more than I want to eat for the day. And then I'm going to regret it later. So I will just abstain completely from the chips, just because chips are built to be addictive. Like, it's nothing that's your own problem. It's, you know, how they are. They're high fat, they're high salt, they're high carb. And that like just literally lights your dopamine receptors on fire. And they're like, eat the whole basket.
Eat it all.
Yeah. So, and that's what I do. I just eat basically salad with chicken and maybe some rice, maybe some beans if I just really haven't eaten anything all day. But it's really going to depend. But the staples are going to be the lettuce and the chicken and maybe an avocado in there.
Yeah.
And you're just getting all meat, right?
Well, yes, basically. No, you know what is a really safe bet at most Mexican places? Fajitas, okay? Fajitas can be a pretty safe bet. Now, it could be, you know, not as good depending on how much oil they use and obviously what kinds of oils and crap, you know, they use. But you can make requests, which we didn't really talk about this early enough. You remember that, you know, it is okay to stay on your shit when you go eat out. You're not inconveniencing anybody by asking for specific shit when you're going to pay for your food at their fucking restaurant. Like, you know, bring your shit up. That's what these people do for their business, you know? Like, people get in their own head and think, oh, I don't want to make a request. I don't want to be inconvenient. I don't want to, you know. You're not. It's more inconvenient for them if you eat something you don't want to eat and you never come back, right? Like, it's more convenient for them to be like, oh yeah, this chick out here, she only wants chicken breast. No fucking problem. Let me whip that up. And then she'll be back every single week, right? Because like, this is the whole point. These restaurants are their business. It's their livelihood. They want to serve you. So you got to make sure that you voice your opinions and you get your shit right. We didn't even talk about that, but you know, don't be afraid to fucking bring up what you need and request it. And, you know, you might think you're a pain in the ass, but realistically, it's not going to be a thing, you know, to anybody at that point. That's something people build up in their head, and that's really what it is. But yeah, for me, fajitas, you know, I like to do the fajita trio. And, you know, they bring you the tortillas and shit. I throw those away. But I eat the fucking, you know, whatever. I think it's bell peppers and shit in there. Or
I don't do bell peppers. I can't. Like,
well, I mean, you don't need to eat that piece, right? But the fajita trio is pretty good because it comes with chicken, and it's usually chicken breast. It comes with skirt steak, and then it comes with fucking shrimp. You know, a lot of places have fajita, but it is not cheap. So just go for one of the other fajitas. If you want like a skirt steak fajitas, I don't know. It's like $12 or something. I mean, that's not crazy. You get a nice piece of meat, you can eat it, and you know, it's optimal. It's also one of those things where if you did have the extra carbs and you wanted the tortillas, you can have them. Fuck it, you know, like you're gonna eat way less of those, and they're smaller than you would, you know, like if you got a big ass burrito, because I'm no stranger to big ass burritos either. Like there was a large portion of my time back in the day too, where I was on a burrito quest. So you guys will notice there's a lot of food questing in the old previous versions of me. But yeah, you know, I used to try to find the largest burritos.
We need to have like a follow-up episode where we say, okay, if we were going balls to the wall, what would we get?
Oh man, yes,
it would
that'll
totally
be the
not
next
be
one.
fun for the, like if you fit your macros. But oh man, I feel like you and I are kindred souls in the fact that like we go big or we go home.
Yes, we should do if you're gonna make it not fit your macros. That should be the fucking episode right there. Shit,
but
we'll
yeah,
do that
actually,
next time. That's a good one.
I'm gonna write that down. But going back to the tortillas too, a lot of times with fajitas, they have corn. I mean, they usually have your choice of corn or flour tortillas,
Right.
but like corn tortillas are actually aren't terrible for your macros. I don't know if you've ever checked it out, but they're usually not too bad.
Yeah, the chips though, like Caileen said, avoid the chips because you'd be surprised how much fat is in the chips too. It's crazy, you know. Like nobody thinks of that; they just think, "Oh, it's just a chip. It's a carb." There's fucking like a good amount of fat in there, and if you got a moderate, like a lower to moderate level of fat intake in your macros, like something like Caileen's previously had on preps and things, down to like 50 grams, 40 grams, something like that, right? Which is pretty like you'll see some of the shit coaches doing out there. It's like 1 gram of fat a day. I'm like, what? Seriously. Where did you get that? What did you do? You breathe? Oh did you just breathe? Seriously. That's your whole meal? But, like that will be eaten up like quick by some chips. So it's not to say that you couldn't fit it in your macros per se, but you're taking a large chunk of your day away just eating fucking like 12 chips, right? Because I think that's most serving sizes, like 12 chips. And like it can be 10, 15 fat for that amount, which is just ridiculous. Considering you're getting no real nutrition out of it otherwise, right? So again, smarter decisions. But yeah, I mean, other things to avoid at the Mexican places, clearly burritos and shit are never going to be like calorie friendly. They just contain, even though they're chimichangas, even it's a deep fried burrito, right?
Brad loves those.
People didn't know that though, like right? God. Like, does everybody know that? I don't think a lot of people do. They're like, or like a chili relleno, right? You seen chili relleno? It's like a pepper, and everybody's like, oh, it's just a pepper. It's got to be local. It's breaded and deep fried, people. Okay, it's basically a donut pepper. It's a donut pepper. That's what it is. So. You got to be careful with these things. Anything that gets fried adds a lot of calories. Anything that's breaded adds a lot of calories, and then the margaritas. Yeah, that adds up. All the sugar and shit. Yeah, just have the straight tequila if you're going to have anything. At least there's not the sugar and all
that's 25 all that grams
crap
carbs
in there. Yeah, exactly. And then you said salads are a safe bet, right? Like obviously salad, I think.
Most of the time. Salad dressing on the side.
Yeah, custom salad, not the standard dressing on the side. Just add fucking chicken to it. So
not the taco salad with the giant beautiful shell either.
Oh yeah. If you do that, don't eat that shell. The tostada salad. That's what they call that, right? God. Like who knows? I don't even know what calories are in a damn tostada shell.
My God, I bet 2,000.
It's got to be astronomical, right? And that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand how these things add up. Wow, we're rocking. Then we might have to do like a 7-part episode here because I'm not near done. All right, so
I'm so hungry now, though.
I know.
I want some Mexican food.
Order some Mexican food in. Let's see here. Okay, so we got Chinese, we got Mexican, we got burgers.
Burger joint.
Now we got to go to this one because I can't think of one in between, but I want to. I'll think of something in the middle. So this one is more challenging, but if anybody could be an expert of this, it should be you. What the fuck do you do at a pizza place to stay on track with your goals? Because I know for a fact that you have worked in pizza prior, right? Was that your first job?
Well, first one of them? Official, I was babysitting since I was like 8, but like first, like I got a tax return type of thing. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay. Pizza. So one of your first jobs was pizza. Obviously, you have, your cheat truck, which is pizza now. The Macro Queen is dishing pizzas. But, okay, I know that you and Brad have used this over years for cheat days frequently, right? Like every time you go out of fucking New Jersey or what, is it New Jersey?
Yeah.
You're always at Bruno's eating the pizza. We've even done a giveaway for pizza before on FFLEX with that guy years back. So this one I know. Come on now. Surprise me. What do you got for me? How do you stay on track eating at a pizza joint?
Okay. Well, I don't do a lot of fast food as my official cheats, but if pizza's on the table, we are fucking eating pizza and I'm just like enjoying myself that meal because I love pizza. If you guys don't know, like Brad and I met at the pizza place all those years ago, you know, when I was 5 years old and, you know, whatever. But anyway, no, just kidding. But we love pizza and like, I genuinely get so much joy out of it that I will. In fact, I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, we had an event on Saturday that we brought the cheat truck to. And for those that don't know, the cheat truck is our newest endeavor. It's a little mobile food truck where Brad and I make freaking delicious regular pizzas and savory, or like, I can't even call it regular because we don't make just regular pizzas, but we also have dessert pizzas. So like we had cheese, pepperoni, and this buffalo chicken pizza is just like outrageously delicious. And then for the desserts, we had the Cookie Monster and the s'mores pizza. But anyway, so I knew I was going to be jamming on some of those slices later. And it was a birthday party in general for like my sister. So my sister's kid. So I was like, you know what? Throughout the day, I'm just going to eat protein and then I'm going to spend all my carbs and fats on the pizza because that's what I choose to. And I am fine eating protein all day because I'm going to enjoy this fresh out of the oven pizza and just have it be my life. So that's what I would do if I was deep in prep and the cheat truck was coming to a party. Sadly, I would bring my own food because there is nothing on the cheat truck that is macro friendly. However, we do have chicken there. So I might have said, you know, hey, get me some of that buffalo chicken on the side. Like just heat it up in one of the containers and I'm just going to eat the chicken and not have a slice of pizza. Or if you go to any pizza joint, they always have salads there. So it's like the cheat truck is kind of a weird situation, but any pizza place is going to have, you know, salads, sandwiches, usually something like that. And so if they have sandwiches, you can say, hey, I just want like the turkey sandwich, but don't give me the bread. Just give me the turkey and, you know, lettuce or whatever. But of course, they probably have salad too. So that's what I would do there personally.
Yes, pizza's and I'm glad you put it that way because pizza is really one of those things where you pretty much do have to just save it. Like it's one of those, if you really want to enjoy it to its fullest extent, then you probably should just not have it until you can, right? Like plan your day around it, plan whatever. Or if it's a really strict goal time and you know you got to be on point, it just doesn't fit until after, and that's fine. So, you know, that kind of goes to say with pretty much everything that, you know, you need to make sure it's going to fit within your range of your goal, whatever your goal is. If your goal is very advanced, then you want to be more strict. If it's not, you know, if you're like, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds and I'll take 2 years to do it, I don't give a shit. Eat the fucking, you know, do whatever then. Eat the damn pizza. But the point is, you got to kind of know your own self and where your goals are and what's going to happen, right? Because, I mean, a whole other episode could be what, you know, like if you end up doing this and go off the bender, but we're not going to do that right now. So the point is, pizza, interestingly enough, buffalo chicken pizza would be the pizza I would eat if I had to. And I do. Dude. You know why, though? There's actually strategy. I don't know about yours on the cheat truck, but the ones that I get and have gotten, right, it's just fucking this it's just the crust. Like, crust you cannot avoid with pizza. There's no smart way to do the crust. Even if you look up this shit, right, you've ever seen, like, these companies make like special crust, cauliflower crust. Fucking,
they taste like shit.
Yeah, it's not. You waste your life to even look at it. Don't even go near it. It's not even worth the macros even still, because you go eat a pizza and you don't feel like you ate one. You feel like you ate a piece of fucking Wheaties box or something. You know, it's not. It's not right. So you know, literally. But on the ones I've seen, right, it's the crust, and then it's just a ton of chicken, and then like probably like Frank's Red Hot sauce or something, right? And sometimes they add ranch. If they add ranch, you're fucked. You probably do, don't you? You probably do on cheat trucks. truck.
It's blue cheese, but yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. So something like that, right? But the ones I've had is just like literally buffalo chicken, maybe a little bit of, some kind of cheese, but not the ranch, not stuff. And I mean, you could almost look at that and say, okay, some of this could fit just fine in the macros. But again, that's not everyone's traditional definition of a pizza, right? A lot of people are looking for a different experience with pizza. So if you're trying to get the double cheese, double sauce, extra fucking meat, all this stuff, I mean, it's probably better to just save it or get one of those other things Caileen said. I will say, however, there is, what is it? Papa Murphy's, right? Papa Murphy's. You ever eat that shit, Caileen? You ever eat that? Little
here
Papa
and
Murphy's?
There, once in a while, but
So Papa Murphy's makes this. This is crazy. It's what they call the keto pizza. I don't know if anybody's seen this. But it is everything that is on a pizza without the crust, and it's just in a bowl. So it's like a pizza bowl. Yes, it's like cheese and meat and like olives or whatever would be on a pizza, and it's just in a bowl. And I have not had this. I cannot vouch for this, but I'm just saying, if you really had a pizza fix, I mean, I imagine it would get you like. It probably gets you 80% of the way there. And again, that's highly trackable shit. That's much easier to, because again, you could go light on the cheese if you wanted, a little less fat, things like that. I don't know. But it probably tastes, I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But I would imagine it's going to get you close to a pizza flavor enough that you'd be like, okay, well, that was good. Because, there's also these frozen pizzas in like stores and stuff. Like, we've talked about Caileen, maybe.
I don't
even know if they're around anymore.
They still are for sure.
The chicken one?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
the one that's made
of
like chicken crust or something? Oh, yeah. That is them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think they're at Costco even.
Are they? Wow.
I don't know whether the pizzas are, but like their burritos and stuff like that are.
I haven't tried one of those since like 2016. But the point is, it's still not like pizza. So save you. It doesn't really, there's no advantage, in my opinion, to trying to mix up the ingredients. It's better to literally just make it for a cheat day. Or, I don't know, maybe try this keto pizza at Papa Murphy's. I don't know. But that's not going to taste exactly like a pizza anyway. So again.
Well, and again, with the keto, then that's going to be hella high fat. Like I just looked at a picture. It's like drenched with cheese. So like even in prep, that would never fit my macros.
Well, you could change it though at Papa Murphy's. Yeah. That's the difference, right? You can like when you order it.
Baked vegetables.
That's what I mean. It's not going to be the same, right?
Pepperoni in there. Pepperoni is pretty fatty. Sausage is pretty fatty. The only meat you could really get as a bikini competitor is like chicken because they don't have fish at these places.
So then you're eating chicken and vegetables anyway, which is like, again, no point. So again, just eat the pizza as a cheat day. People save it, or just be like, hey, you know what? I don't need the pizza right now. I'm on prep. I'm trying to lose 50 pounds. I got other goals. I'm doing other things, And if you want to eat the pizza and get back on track tomorrow. I mean, we're very much about that too. All about balance, all about all that shit. It will not serve you close to prep. I mean, obviously you're hindering your prep doing shit like that. So that's just something you got to factor. How long have we been doing this shit, Caileen?
Prepping or this podcast?
This podcast. We're still good. You still
42
good? You still
minutes.
Alive over there? You still
I'm
alive?
still alive. Can you hear me?
I've been in here 48 because you've been out for 8 minutes or whatever when you had your fiasco.
I saw the white light and I was trying to not head towards it with my computer.
I'm surprised the computer's held on this long. If you guys are still with us, please make sure you subscribed and listening. We are going to keep pumping these out. All right, Caileen, let's get another one. What did I miss so far?
Let me think. Oh, Italian food. Hello. Your type of food, right?
Yeah, could be my type of food. Yeah, I am Italian.
That's why I'm saying.
Yes.
It's more popular than Irish food.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get to that in a minute, though. We'll just keep going down this train until one of us drops dead. How about that? You guys stick with us. If it gets too long, we'll just cut it randomly and you won't know, and you'll have to come back to the next episode. All right. So Italian, Caileen, tell me then. You got Italian. This could be difficult. This could be a challenge. What do you go to do at an Italian restaurant?
I'm challenging you and myself.
Oh, you're asking me?
No, I
You're
mean,
asking me.
Well, I'm just saying, I threw out a possibly even more challenging
all right, I'll
one.
start. That's fine. I got it. I'm always ready. So, obviously Italian food, again, you may encounter a pizza. So that's not going to, a lot of Italian restaurants have that. Garlic bread, fuck garlic bread. Don't touch that shit. That'll kill you. Okay. That garlic bread is delicious, but it's nothing.
No free bread. And then dipping it in the olive oil, the regular bread with the olive oil dip.
Don't do that either. Yeah, people think that olive oil, they're like, it's healthy. Yeah, it's 120 fucking calories a tablespoon. Okay, get the hell out of here. You just packed on 900 calories of oil that you didn't even notice, right? Yeah. Like, come on. So, what I would get, honestly, it is pretty stupid to say, but I'd probably get a steak, honestly. I'd be like, all right, because a lot of Italian places will have like a Chianti steak or something, some kind of steak you can get. And that comes with vegetables that I'd throw away. But no, I'm just kidding. Pretty much I would get a steak if I wanted it to be a little bit, what else is there? There's like not... or some kind of chicken or something, a meat. I would be in the meat zone. If you guys haven't learned, I'm in the fucking meat zone all the time. That's just what I'm doing. Caileen used to always roast me when I would post all the steaks I was grilling, and she'd be like, what are you eating? Just steak? And that was years ago, you guys. So, here we are still on the same train. So I look at chicken. They got all kinds of dishes, chicken piccata, veal piccata, all this kind of stuff that has different meats that comes with a sauce. And, like real Italian cuisine is nothing like what we eat in America either. So that's why I got to say, it's not the same. I mean, a lot of times the portions are vastly different and so are the recipes and stuff. So it depends where you're eating, but I would probably just get a steak because I like steak and that's where I'd be. And it's safe. Steak is safe for me because you could also get like a lean cut of steak too if you want to cut your fats down on it. No problem. Focus on primarily protein or just get chicken. So Caileen, tell me, what about you though? Do you even go to Italian restaurants? I'm not sure I've heard of one of these in your in your tracking recently.
One of my daughter's favorite restaurants is Buca di Beppo. It's a chain that I don't know if you guys have them out there. But she used to love that place as a kid, and we haven't gone there in a very long time though, because the only reason she loved going there is because they give you a Mondo Sundae when it's your birthday. It's like a giant martini glass full of ice cream and brownies. I'm talking giant, like torso sized. So that's why it's our favorite restaurant. But then we found out shortly after, because we took her for her birthday, and then we took her one time when it wasn't anybody's birthday, and then she didn't actually eat any of the real food. So we stopped going there because she didn't like the kids' mac and cheese. She didn't like the kids' pizza. So I'm like, why the fuck are we going here then? But anyway, we found a better Italian restaurant that is, more small and local, which makes my heart happy. But anyway, we do love Italian food. And so again, we'll go both ways, whether I'm in, improvement season now and versus prep. If I'm in improvement season, I do love me some fucking bread and pasta. So I will, again, eat, mostly protein. I'll pull a Coach Rye for the majority of the day and just eat straight protein. And then when it comes to dinner, I'll just enjoy myself. I'll have some bread. I'll have some pasta. I usually, and let me tell you, when I go Italian, I'm getting the chicken Alfredo. If I'm going, if I'm enjoying this, which let's talk about Alfredo sauce. That's like fucking Fat City, man. So yeah, it's like an event that either I'm going to choose to enjoy, or if I'm deep down in prep, that's another place where I'd be like, if we can not go here, that's great. But obviously I'm not going to be the Debbie Downer and be like, please don't go here. But anyway, so I would get, every Italian place has a salad. Everyone does. And so I just get a salad, no dressing. And sometimes I have been known deep down in prep, this is a little shameful, and my husband absolutely hates when I do this, but I have been known to bring my own cans of chicken to restaurant and drain them in the bathroom and add some more chicken on top to get more protein.
Oh man, in the bathroom even. That's like, it's discreet. You gotta sneak, just do it on the table. Be like, hey, you know what? Fuck you guys, right? No, I'm just kidding. But
drain it in my water.
This is a revelation here. This is a new strategy. I've never heard of the chicken draining in the bathroom, but now I have. Hashtag it.
It's not one of my proudest moments. I remember
salad.
We were in New York City and I did that once. It was, I don't know if you remember back in I think it was 2019. I had a wedding in between two shows that I was doing.
Yes,
so it was like I did Ace of Stage, and then I think I was doing another one after that. And I think it was the Phoenician Classic. That's right. And I was like, we're going to New York. And I'm like, oh, shoot, like we have this wedding and we chose to go to the city because my daughter had never been. And I legit took so many cans of chicken on that trip. And like we went to a restaurant. It was an Italian restaurant. Everybody else had pizza. I got a salad. I drained the can of chicken in the bathroom and I topped my salad with it. And Brad just shook his head. And I was like, you know what? I got big goals. And I looked amazing for that next show. But yeah, you can do it. It's just a matter of dedication.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. So the Italian food, the safest bets are again probably a full cheat day or doing it like that. The simple. It's funny that I never think of salad. I just don't organically. You keep saying salad everywhere. I organically never think of a salad. I've never. I don't even know the last time I ate a salad, so fucking cancel me.
It's satiating. But I don't. It's volume.
Fucking way.
I mean, 20 steaks would be satiating for me too, but I don't got the fats for that shit.
That's right. Yeah. It is a lot. Okay, so last one, I think, for this one. Maybe we'll do another episode of people like this, but and this one's gonna be harder for you because you don't eat this type of food, I don't think, or at least you talk shit to me every time I've eaten it.
I know what you're gonna say.
But we got to bring it up because a lot of people eat this. A lot of fitness people like this shit. And what am I going to say, Caileen? What is it?
Sushi.
It is sushi. See, she knew people. All right, sushi.
Ew.
Everybody, a lot of people, at least, not Caileen, I guess, but a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of fitness people in general love fucking sushi for whatever reason. So, Caileen, do you ever eat sushi? Have you ever eaten sushi? Do you have any tips for the people, or should I just take it?
I mean, I know enough because as a good coach, I can't just, avoid a whole food group because I don't eat it, I mean, I've gone vegan just to experience it, like I need to try these different things and I need to educate myself because, obviously this is going to come up. First of all, let me just say gross, parasites, yuck. But anyway, let me go on to say, at sushi restaurants, something that I, as a picky eater, will actually get is edamame because it is a decent source of protein. Although sometimes they like coat the heck out of it with oil sometimes. And obviously they cover it in salt too. So you might, if you don't eat a shit ton of salt like I do, get a little bit of water retention just from the beautiful salt crystals that they put on there. So I love getting that, usually at places like that, and granted, again, tell me if I'm wrong because I've never gone out to just a sushi restaurant, but like places like Raw, I believe they have like chicken on the menu, like a cooked chicken or something like that. So obviously that's what I'm doing. If I have the macros for rice, I get it with rice. But as far as sushi goes, I believe they have something called like sashimi or something where it's just like the fish. Where you'll get caught with sushi is the rice and the sauces. So just like we talked about the Chinese restaurant, you want to, if you don't have the carbs for the rice, then get something that's just the meat, like the sashimi or whatever lean cuts of whatever stupid, gross raw fish that you're going to eat. And then you could get stuff on the side, the sauces on the side again, that you can just dip if you can trust yourself. And if you can't trust yourself, then, don't do it. But that's my advice there. And that's as far as I can go because I just don't know the names for all this. But, gross. Sorry.
So clearly Caileen hates sushi. If you guys like sushi, comment it in the comments. Let us know. I don't
even like California rolls. That's how bad it is. I can't even do the seaweed in California rolls because it's just like.
Do you do fish otherwise though? You do fish otherwise like in your normal,
3 fishes. I do 3 of them.
And you like those ones. You just don't like sushi.
I don't like them. I do that in the rare chance that, one, I don't have any other meal prepped because I have frozen fish in the freezer that I can just throw in the air fryer and stink the whole house up. But 2, like in the rare case that I actually get tired of chicken, pork, and beef, then I'll be like, oh, let me try this mahi. And then I'm like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a means to an end.
I'll help you people out then, because Caileen did have some good points here, but obviously she's not. So once again, I've been on a sushi quest in my life prior. I don't eat sushi now at this point, really. I just don't care for it any longer. But there was a time, again, and usually buffets. Come on now, buffets. Coach Ryan, the buffets, they never end. They've ended now, but they didn't used to. So, sushi buffet, stuff like that, whatever. All fucking day. But the point is, it is fucking so easy to screw yourself over eating sushi, because everything is wrapped in a fucking ton of rice. And the thing about sushi rice, a lot of people don't know this, it's not just regular rice, okay? Sushi rice is like, they use sticky rice, which is vinegar mixed with sugar, okay? So you took a pure carb and you mixed it with fucking sugar, and then you wrapped it around, whatever you're eating, and there's a lot of rice, right? And so people oftentimes think, okay, sushi's great, it's healthy, whatever, it's rice and it's a lean protein, okay, cool. In the sense of hearing that, it sounds like it is. But if you actually track the macros on these things, they stack up fast. And like Caileen said, the sauces and things can do that. Also, like soy sauce is fucking like Sodium City. Like if you dip into Sodium City, like you will wake up and you will have, you will feel like you're fucking, take you 2-3 days to knock some water off your body. So there's a lot of variables that can be in that. Main thing with sushi here, right? There's actually, like, when I used to like eat sushi, and I would be forced to, basically, right? Like I was going to eat somewhere and other people wanted to eat there or whatever. I would basically not even get it. I would just get like
that's what I do.
It's called a bento box. I don't know if anybody they have them at most places, right? Bento boxes, you can pick your own sides. You can pick your own shit. It's like, I don't know how many, I don't know. If I'm remembering, this has been a long time, but if I'm remembering, there's like, you pick from a menu of sides and it gives you, 4 different things, right? So you can pick like chicken, you can pick beef,
stickers.
you can pick, you can pick rice, you can pick whatever you want. And, it's safe to do that. With the sushi though, if you're going to eat sushi, sashimi, like you said, is good, but a lot of people won't eat just straight. What I would say, though, is nigiri is what they call it, right? So this is a little piece of rice with the fish over the top of it. And that'll still add up. So, I mean, sushi is one of those things that just adds up, and it's mainly due to the rice and stuff. But if you can eat just a straight fish and you like that, then great. But you know what's funny is most people that eat sushi do not do that. Most people that eat sushi, they have fucking deep fried sushi rolls. A lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them. They take the whole fucking sushi roll that they made and they deep fry that shit, and then you eat it. Like that roll's like 1,000 calories, okay? And people be eating like 3-4 of these.
Eating healthy, because it's fish and rice, it's hell.
No. Yeah, and then the mayo, they got like Japanese mayo and stuff they put on things, or they do all kinds of stuff that sometimes they even they bread the stuff they put inside of it, like it could be crab meat or something like that that's breaded tempura style, and then it's fried, and then it's inside, and then they fry the whole roll. So these things, delicious, don't get me wrong. If you like that stuff, that's great for you, but it can easily derail you on your goals if you don't know what you're doing with it. So safest bet is, eat something a little different. You can always get, different meats there if you wanted. Some places I've seen actually have like a chicken roll, which is just like cooked chicken inside of a piece of rice. So it's basically the same shit a lot of people are eating, but it's a roll. But you won't find that everywhere. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if any Arizona people know of a place that does that, let me know, because I will go visit that.
Yes. No, it's actually, I've had that one a lot. That's pretty good. I mean, there's no sauce. Ooh. It's kind of weird. It's literally just chicken and rice with maybe some seaweed in there, but it's not, I don't even think most people will call that sushi. So if this is for all you hardcore sushiers out there, go for the sashimi, the nigiri, or whatever. And if you don't want that, you don't like sushi. No, I'm just kidding. But that's really the truth. So shit, where are we at here, Caileen? I think that's probably it for this one, because we could keep going, but we will have to pause for later. Maybe we'll do an episode 2 talking about hacks. If you guys want to hear more stuff, let us know. Otherwise, we're going to do... We got a whole list of episodes planned right now, actually. So more and more stuff coming. More and more stuff coming. But the real root of... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say we're always open to, suggestions too.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The real root of this show is to do this for you people, okay? We're standing here. Fuck, I'm standing here, actually. You're probably sitting right now. I can't see it, but
I am sitting.
I converted myself to a stand-only situation. But we're doing this stuff for you, is what I was saying, guys. We do this, for no reason other than to hopefully help give you some ideas, some things you can apply, some different ways to achieve your fucking goals. So let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will. And that's, I think, it. Caileen, anything else?
Nope, we good.
All right, see you guys back. Another episode of whatever the fuck this podcast is called. Bye.
See you.